We're going to play a little game now. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. It goes like this. It stopped on me when I did one against Lloyd Evans, when I said that the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society would probably end up getting an advantage. Let's go again. Outside Warwick headquarters. Where it stops, nobody knows. Let's go again. We've got a biblical scene. I don't know what prophet that is. I'd have to check the write-up on that. But they look quite inspired. And look at that. Where it stops, nobody knows. And it's fallen on the governing bodies, members, and of course, number 6, Tony Morris. He is not there anymore. He's vacated that position. Where it stops, nobody knows. It's not as if they've not got enough merchandise, is it? Plenty. And that's a nice aqua-biblical paradisaic scene. That's a mouthful, isn't it? An aqua-paradisaic scene. And somebody is on a surfboard. That's me. That's me. I'm on that surfboard. Well, I was in the 70s. Not now. But I never asked that question, whether there'd be any surfing in the new system. Of all the things I used to ask about whether I'd be able to play guitar, whether I'd be able to play musical instrument, violin, that kind of thing, and would I perfect it? Would I become really good at it? But I never asked about surfing, and yet it was my favourite sport, surfing. And I never asked about it. It's strange, that. I wonder if there will be any pastimes that people will undertake that could cause them to have an injury, because I had a couple of injuries with surfing, because of the leg rope. You know about a leg rope, don't you, that's attached to the board in your leg? Well, I got wiped out and the board goes underneath and it comes flying back with the leg rope and the fin stuck right through my leg. So that's a pretty bad accident. Anyway, that's a sidetrack issue. Where it stops, nobody knows. This is timely, isn't it? Now, I can't make it smaller at the moment because I'm using a GIF and I've just widened the GIF right out. I'd have to stop the recording and then recalculate, the new size and canvas. But I stretched out the GIF because I needed to get more of the other photos in rather than this one. But you basically know what it is. It's about every world power that's been predicted. And there's no reason why the last world power, Anglo-America, there's no reason why the fulfillment of prophecy won't occur on that. If it's all happened with the rest. It's a natural conclusion to come to, really, isn't it? I mean, that's the way I look at it. Where it stops, nobody knows. Governing body again. Me again. It's difficult. I mean, if I tried to do that again, I bet I wouldn't be able to do it because there's like 30 photos in here. I could have stopped on any of them. Right, there's a new one. I don't know about farming. I'm pretty rubbish at farming. It's hard work, farming. And that's just the JWs on their quest for world dominance. As if. This is an interesting one, people. Shall I just put myself to one side for a sec? Right. I'll start here. So that's my bar, and I just put on a few of the XJW community on it. So you're going to recognise a lot of these names, like the Faithful Slave, Lincoln Gardner, JD Suicides, Derek O'Hare, Devon Derry's not using that name now, John Cedars, Kimmer Mikey, Godless Spellchecker, which is Stephen Knight, who's going out with my cousin. So I do know Stephen quite well. He's all right, Stephen. He's an atheist, yeah, but so what? He's still a good guy, still a nice bloke. Kevin McFree, the Great Apostate. Son of Thunder, Trish. Really like Trish when, and she's not doing anything now on the JW side of things. She's, I think, moved to New Zealand or something. I think. I'll be corrected on that. And then Isaiah 30, verse 8. And I put Darrell Wheelberg because we weren't sure, were we, whether he was a current Jehovah's Witness or whether he was, sort of fooling everybody at the time. Well, he did fool a few people, but not everyone. So I just got a few people down, but obviously Raymond France is right at the top because you'd have to say that his breakaway has sort of inspired a lot more since. But the first apostate, undoubtedly, has to be Satan the devil. It has to be the serpent. He has to be the first apostate because he left the heavenly established pathway and formed his own pathway. That's the definition of an apostate. He's formed his own route. What other definition can you come up with that aptly describes what he did? He wanted to have exclusive devotion, the same devotion that the angels were showing to the heavenly creator. He wanted that for himself, and that's why he has his own empire and his own pathway. It's simple, isn't it? Where it stops, nobody knows. This is interesting, peeps. I tell you what, this is great, this game, this GIF game. The JW message change, I did a video about it 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm still in anticipation of this occurring. I'm pretty sure it will do. And there's little intimations here and there of my mother that they're getting prepared for something. So there you go. It's not unfounded what I said 4 years ago in this message. Where it stops, nobody knows. Now, I had a T-shirt made with that on. Raymond, what have you started? Indeed. You might ask yourself that yourself. Because, let's just say, it might have been one voice at one time, one voice in the wilderness, but it's not one voice now. Well, we're coming to the end of this game now. We might get some Armageddon pictures in a minute. Anyway, you get the drift, don't you, of how this game works. Why don't you play this game yourself? Create yourself a GIF and put, say, 50 pictures in the GIF. Give it a timed interval. I'd have to make another. If I want to make another GIF, I'd have to give it another timed interval. I could slow it down. Unless I can do that within vMix. I'm not sure I can. But it's a little bit of light relief, people. And I'm going to have an early night tonight because I'm absolutely tired. So have a good weekend, everyone. Goodbye.